from Saxon, and we're here in the middle of England, in Derbyshire, and we've just finished our 21st album, Battering Ram, and I'm just going to talk about it a little bit and maybe give people a bit of an insight into what they can expect.
Decibels will rise above to fill this concert hall. Are you ready to begin? Then let the hammer fall like a battering ram. Like a battering ram. Like a battering ram.
I think the album's a natural progression from Sacrifice, actually. I mean, the track Sacrifice is such a killer track, and I wanted to go to the next stage from Sacrifice. So I don't think there's any intent on the album. We're just trying to write great rock songs and keep focused on a style, really, rather than moving around too much into different styles and different eras, you know. In England, there's a legend from the 18th century, or it could be earlier. It was at the 1700 and something, or 1600 and something. And one winter morning, the people of a village awoke, and across the rooftops was a hoof print that went up the side of the walls, across the roof, down, across the frozen river. They followed it for miles, these hoof prints. And it was an animal that was stood up, you know, so they assumed it was the devil, and it's a huge legend, and it's called the Devil's Footprint.
Lock your doors and shut the sights. There's demons riding out tonight. Slip from hell to test your faith. We done got to keep you safe from the devil's footprints. From the devil's footprints.
I wanted to write a song based around Lewis Carroll book, Alice in Wonderland, and it's about a chess game that happens in Alice in Wonderland. So I wanted to give it a sort of prog rock flavour, like sort of Court of the Crimson King type thing, or Pink Floydy. So there are sections in it that get quite sort of ambient and proggy, but I think people will like it. It's great. It's got a great ambience, a great mood to the track. But that's what it's Queen of Hearts basically, because she's the one that chops your head off.
You may lose your head to the Red Queen. The Red Queen, Queen of Hearts. She is the Red Queen. The Red Queen, Queen of Hearts. To the Red Queen.
You know, I'm a big fan of Marvel comics, so I wanted to write a song about a sort of super villain, like as opposed to Iron Man, somebody that's evil. And there is a character in a Marvel comic called Destroyer, so I tried to write a song around that character basically. And obviously it's called Destroyer.
Forged in steel, Destroyer. Destroyer.
The next track I really like is one called Hard and Fast, which is a bit like Motorcycle Man, but more with a more modern feel to it. But it's still a sort of 80s style song. It's about driving fast, basically, like the title, you know. But yeah, they're probably my favourite songs.
Driving hard, feeling free, moving fast at lightning speed. Hard and fast, driving hard and fast. Out into
I think an album just full of motorcycle songs for me would be a little bit boring. So I like to go into history. I like to go into fantasy. So I'm all over the place really, but I do like to tie the lyric into the song. For me, the lyric has to fit the song. It wouldn't be any good for me to have a lyric or a melody that was on a riff that really didn't bring that sort of style to your mind.
Nothing stops this deadly force. No escape in sight from the eye of the storm. The eye of the storm.
Yeah, Nigel's done. I mean, actually, it's a miracle that Nigel's come back from his illness so strong and powerful. We just did an American tour, and he was full on all the time. So he seems to have had a full recovery, which is fantastic for him and his family, and obviously for Saxon fans and Nigel Glockler fans around the world. So yeah, I mean, we expected it to take a year, but in reality, it only took maybe 3-4 months.
No retreat, never beaten. We all live to fight another day. You can fight against the odds. Stop praying to the gods. When you're up against the wall and you're waiting for the fall, stand your ground. Stand your ground.
Well, I gave Andy full production on this album. So yeah, he's done a fantastic job. He's been in charge of everything. He's really pleased with the results, and so am I. I mean, me and Andy work close together. It's a great partnership we have.
This is the land where the earth meets the sky, standing on top of the world. You're standing on top of the world.
When we did the Sacrifice album together, we ended up with tones that we were all pretty happy with, so that was a good starting point, sort of leaving off where we finished with Sacrifice. So there's one or two things we wanted to tweak a little bit, but we were pretty happy with the album, so we kind of knew that if we were in that ballpark, it had worked for these songs as well. So we've gone with a couple of the amps that we'd use on that record. Drum wise, we've actually done the drums a little different, but I think it's way better. There's better separation on the drums on this. So yeah, just refining what we had really with Sacrifice.
When I leave you all behind, I feel the pain. This is our world. It's who we are. We wouldn't ever change a thing. Before we go, just let me know. Will you be with us to the end?
Kingdom of the Cross closes the album, and I wrote a poem about the First World War, because obviously this year it's a centenary of the end of the First World War. So I wrote a poem, put it online, and we had Nigel had a piece of music that he played on synthesizer for a couple of years, and I really like it. So I wrote the poem, we put it together, and we've got an actor to read the poem, who was actually the singer from Hell, Dave. So he read the poem, and then I sing the choruses. But I didn't want to make it like Saxon. I wanted it to be totally different. So it's basically keyboard and bass, really, and me and Dave. So it's just a bit of an epitaph for the First World War. So I'm sure people will either love it or hate it, but it's there on the end of the album. And the Kingdom of the Cross, if you've ever been to If you've ever been to France or Belgium and looked at the graveyards, it's like a sea of crosses, and I just thought that, you know, it's a kingdom basically of fallen soldiers. So Kingdom of the Cross really was the title I came up with.
A million spirits cry, a generation loved and lost. Never ask him why. So wave the flags and say goodbye to a generation lost.